So we've all played around with AI chatbots, right? You ask a question, you get an answer, it's cool. But what if your AI could do more than just, well, talk back? What if it could actually work for you 24/7, even when you're asleep or away from your computer? That's what we're going to dive into today, this huge shift from a simple assistant to your very first autonomous AI employee.
And, this quote from the source material just nails it. A smart speaker is great, but it just sits there waiting for you to say something. A custom smart home system? That thing runs your house in the background, managing lights, security, all of it, automatically. That's the leap we're talking about with OpenClaw. It's not just another app you download. It's a piece of personal infrastructure you build.
Okay, so let's get practical. This is where you really see the difference. A normal AI app, like the official Claw desktop app, only works when your computer's on and the app is open. But OpenClaw, it's a 24/7 background daemon. And you don't talk to it through one specific app. You can reach it from anywhere, Slack, Telegram, you name it. But here's the real game changer, autonomy. One is reactive, it waits for you. OpenClaw is proactive. It's out there running jobs and monitoring things all on its own.
And that's really the heart of it. We're moving away from using a power tool that you just pick up when you need it to actually managing an autonomous employee, an agent that you hire, you onboard, and you delegate real tasks to.
So what does it actually mean to have an AI employee? Like, what's going on under the hood that makes this whole autonomy thing even possible? Let's break it down.
The magic word here is a technical term called a daemon. And really, it's just a fancy word for a program that runs constantly in the background on your server or even just your home computer. It doesn't need you to open an app or click a button. It's just always on, always listening, always ready to go to work because it lives on your infrastructure, not somebody else's.
Okay, so if this thing is an employee, how do you, hire it? Let's walk through what the source material calls the onboarding process. Now, I know what you might be thinking. The actual setup involves running some commands in a terminal, which can sound a little technical, but conceptually, it really just boils down to you as the manager making three key decisions. You're going to choose its brain, you're going to choose its voice, and then you're going to grant it the skills it needs to do its job.
And this is where the flexibility is just incredible. For the brain, you can plug in models from Anthropic, Google, and a whole bunch of others. For its voice, how you're going to talk to it, you can hook it up to Slack, Telegram, WhatsApp, basically any chat app you're already using. And for skills, wow! You can give it the power to search the web, access your local files, or even run shell commands on your machine.
And here's this brilliant little detail from the installation process. After you've got it all configured, the agent doesn't just start, it hatches. It comes online and sends its very first message, asking you, its operator, to help define its identity. It's literally the moment your new employee shows up for its first day of work. All right, so you've hired it, it's onboarded. Now for the really fun part, putting it to work and unleashing what it can actually do on its own. And that brings up the most important question, right? If this thing is truly proactive, how in the world does it know what to do when you're not actively there giving it commands? Well, the secret sauce here is a feature called hooks. The source material describes them perfectly. They're like the agent's nervous system. They are the triggers that let OpenClaw automatically react to all sorts of events happening around it, even when you're not looking. And this slide shows just how simple it is in practice. A hook is basically a cause and effect rule that you set up. The cause could be anything: a new email landing in your inbox, a new pull request on GitHub. And the effect is the action you told OpenClaw to take, like, hey, summarize that email for me in Slack, or go review that new code and tell me what you think. And this opens up a whole world of possibilities. It can check your email every half hour, it can monitor a stock price or a website for changes and DM you with an update. It can even check your calendar and give you a morning briefing when you wake up. This is all driven by a core feature they call the heartbeat. It's like a steady pulse that kicks off all these automated checks on a schedule. All right, but let's be real. A tool this powerful needs to be managed responsibly. And that means you've got to get a handle on two really critical things: cost and security. So unlike a flat subscription fee, OpenClaw runs on API keys. What that really means is you pay per token. You only pay for what you actually use. So for light users, this can end up being way cheaper than a $20 a month subscription. And for heavy users, it means you can blow past any message limits. You just get way more control. And this chart? Man. This is so important to understand. The source makes it clear that if you just leave everything on the default settings and use the most powerful, expensive AI models for every little task, your costs could shoot up to over $200. But if you're smart about it, if you use cheaper models for simple background tasks,
You can get that cost down to around $45 or $50 a month. It's all about using the right tool for the job.
And on that same note, we have to talk about security. Giving an AI agent access to your files, to your system, that's a huge deal. A powerful employee needs a really clear rulebook, and with OpenClaw, security is absolutely not optional.
Thankfully, the documentation gives you 3 golden rules to start with. First, bind to loopback only. That basically just locks your agent down so it's only accessible from your local machine, not the wider internet. Second, deny exec by default. This is huge. It stops the agent from running terminal commands unless you explicitly say it's okay. And third, there's a built-in command, OpenClaw Security Audit Deep, that will automatically scan your setup for any potential security holes.
And when you put all of this together, that's really what this is all about. We're seeing a fundamental paradigm shift, moving away from a reactive assistant that you talk to and towards a truly proactive agent that works for you around the clock. So that leaves us with one final thought. After everything we've looked at today, once you've hired and onboarded your very first autonomous AI employee, what's the first task you're going to assign?